The motel clerk squinted at her, his lip curling with disgust. "Lady, I don't know what you're doing, but I've seen you here every night. Different room, different man." She didn't flinch. Her worn hands stayed clasped around the thermos, steam rising gently into the cold night air. "You need to leave," he continued, stepping closer. "We don't want your kind here." Guests in the lobby shifted uncomfortably. A woman covered her child's eyes. Whispers spread like wildfire. But she didn't move. Finally she spoke, calm, steady, like she'd answered this 1,000 times before. "Every man I visit is dying." Silence. "They have no one. No family. No friends. Just a cold room and a clock ticking down." The clerk blinked, caught off guard. She continued, voice unwavering. "I sit with them. I hold their hand. I listen to their stories. And when it's time, I make sure they don't take their last breath alone." The lobby went still. Her name was Margaret, 73 years old. A retired hospice nurse who couldn't stop caring, even after the job ended. Every night, she'd get a call from a local shelter, a hospital, or a church. Always the same request. "Someone's dying. They have no one. Can you come?" And every night she came, not for money, not for recognition. Just because she believed no soul should leave this world forgotten. The thermos? Warm soup, in case they were hungry. The bag over her shoulder? A Bible, a poetry book, and a small radio that played oldies. She'd sit for hours, sometimes in silence, sometimes singing softly. She'd learned every man had a story. A Vietnam vet who never forgave himself for coming home. A factory worker whose kid stopped calling 20 years ago. A homeless man who once taught piano at a university. They weren't nobodies. They were someone's son, someone's friend, someone's first love. And in their final moments, Margaret made sure they knew you mattered. A young woman in the lobby wiped her eyes. I judged you," she whispered. "I thought ... double quotes." Margaret smiled gently, no anger in her eyes. "Most people do, but judgment fades. Kindness stays." The clerk stared at the floor, shame crawling up his neck. "I didn't know," he muttered. I'm sorry." Margaret stepped closer and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Now you do." She turned and walked toward room 112, where tonight's visit waited. An 84-year-old man named Arthur, lung cancer. No family left. She knocked softly and stepped inside. Arthur's face lit up when he saw her. "You came," he breathed, voice shaky. "I always do," she said, pulling up a chair beside him. She poured him soup, turned on the radio, and held his fragile hand. For hours, they talked. He told her about his late wife, Dottie. Their honeymoon in Vermont. The daughter they lost too soon. Tears fell, but so did laughter. And just before dawn, as the first light crept through the curtains, Arthur closed his eyes one final time, peaceful, smiling, not alone. Margaret sat in silence for a long moment, then whispered, "Say hello to Dottie for me." She folded his hands, kissed his forehead, and quietly left. No applause, no cameras, no recognition. Just a woman who believed the deepest wounds are healed by simply showing up. If this story moved you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a blessing in the comments below.